So the Spiny Oyster, when you look at the necklace, you're also going to see that throughout the entire piece, you actually have nuggets of Azure Peak turquoise as well. There's a gorgeous shot. This one brand new for the visit and $99.95. So I love the bright festive color of the Spiny Oyster. And this actually, I believe, does this come from the Mexican Sea of Cortez? Is that right, Jay?
It comes from the Baja Peninsula. Sea of Cortez is where the spiny comes from. The turquoise comes from Azure Peaks, which is one of two different turquoise deposits that we buy from, or we used to buy from. The Turquoise Hill deposit, we're still seeing a little material every now and then. I didn't get any last year at all. Hopefully that's going to change this year. Azure Peaks, we got in on this mine. You're looking at material that was mined well over 10 years ago that we still have in our collection. Well, we're getting trickles of this material up until about 5 years ago, and then it just all stopped. It comes out of a huge copper mine, but when we first started buying Azure Peaks, they hadn't even found they hadn't started mining the copper yet. How we got Azure Peaks originally was a geologist friend of ours who one of the things and what he does for a living, he works for these big companies, and they look for gold, silver, copper, iron, aluminum, the metals that you want to mine, palladium, platinum, so one of the things that is true of turquoise is this. When you find turquoise, there has to be copper, and the color of the turquoise, there has to be a concentration of copper. There has to be iron. There has to be aluminum. There has to be those three elements have to be present. They're key ingredients to form turquoise, and they have to be there in concentrations. So when they find turquoise, they usually know they have high concentrations of one of those three. So then actually the different concentrations is what determines the color of the turquoise. So this is some of the original Azure Peaks, Mongolia material, the Azure Nuggets. And the reason I'm saying that is the material that was at the surface was more of a kind of like a tealy blue, tealy green, had a very unique coloration to it, which this has. So I know it's some of the older material. As they developed the area and they got the copper mine going, and it's an open pit copper mine, and as they started going down, they were finding turquoise, but they were finding bluer. So the deeper it went, the bluer it is. So some of my Azure Peaks that I have in my collection is like royal blue. I mean, like Sleeping Beauty blue. The older material, or the original material that was found at the surface before they ever started mining, where we were getting turquoise before they even went in there and became operational on putting in the copper mine, was more this high green, very unusual, like a tealy green or a tealy blue. It has a very unique coloration to it.
And beautiful, and again, different, unique, everything that you can expect that you're going to receive here at HSN from Jay. Item number 861864. So definitely get that, put it in your cart. Remember, again, this is the day to treat yourself to as many pieces as you can. It's $5.50 to ship it all. So I also wanted to mention, I want to show you a great net ring that we have available. This is, first of all, when you go to hsn.com,